Right then, welcome back. Today, well, we're doing a setup for this, the 2018 Panigale V4, and it's a pain in the arse. It destroys tyres. First one, UMC West, look at that rear tyre. I put a setup in it, nothing fancy, obviously, and it just destroyed the rear tyre. This bike is hard. It is a hard bike to ride. Went to Brands GP, made a couple of changes, 3-lapper. I went to the mediums just to see what had happened rather than the soft, because with the soft it was all over the place and it did struggle. It was like stuck in between. Went to Cadwell Full, made a few more changes. Tyres are looking better. It's quick. Jesus, is it quick. It's a really fast bike. Went to Oulton, onto Island, another track that I like, and it's that rear, look at that rear tyre. No matter what I do or what I did, whether it's wet, dry or anything in between, that rear tyre. I have put the replay of this race up recently. It is an absolute belter. Look at this around this last corner. It is just constantly on the move, absolutely frying that rear tyre. Now, the bike sounds nice. It handles all right. You've got to be careful. That's with the traction control on as well. That's not running no traction. That is with traction on, and it just wants to murder tyres. If it's wet or it's rainy, it's an absolute handful. And yeah, it's not actually that fast. I was surprised. Donington National again. The rear tyres just getting warm, and Donington doesn't put a massive load through the rear tyre really. You're not doing big long corners like you were at Canto. I mean, Algarve in the wet, Portimao, oh my lord. I mean, that's running the wet tyres obviously, and it is absolutely crucifying them tyres. I couldn't get near the race leader no matter what I did. I just didn't have the drive and grip. I went back to UMC with the setup changes we'd done, and look at the difference in the tyres. On the first one, the rear tyre was getting destroyed. The bike was actually slower. Now, I don't mind a slower bike that works better, because over the length of the race, as you get used to it, you're probably going to be faster. I needed a kind of test, and I went to Magny-Cours. I did a 134.1 on the RSVR. I thought this was a quicker bike, and it's not. It either doesn't suit my style, or I just haven't quite got the setup there. The engine braking, I wish I could have 1.5, but I can't. And I was setting times, a 135.1, so I was a second away. Yeah, difficult bike to use. Where did I end up? Well, I ended up there. And that is a bit of a weird setup. Very little preload. Now, you might find that it handles a little bit slowly. I think it's quicker than the RSV, but not as fast as the S1000. So it's one of them weird situations where you might find with your riding style, you want to maybe put another clicker rear preload on. Just be aware that if you do that, it will wheelie itself like half to death. It has got so much power. Then you end up running traction, then it's holding the bike back, and then the wheelie control, blah, blah. You know what will happen. So I've gone for a compromise setup in the vain hope that people can adjust it up if they want. I didn't really have many issues with riding off the side of the tyre. I'm assuming that the Panigale has really high pegs and can achieve some quite serious lean angles, because on some of the bikes, with running a preload on 2, I find that I'm constantly falling off the side of the tyre on the brakes. So, but yeah, is what it is. Hard bike to use. Pros, it's fast, it sounds nice, it's a Ducati. Who doesn't love a Ducati? And it is an absolute replay machine. It has done it's done some of the best replays I've seen so far. I'll get them up as I edit them and do them. They take a couple of days to process to get it on the 4K, so I'll get them up. I'm still doing some MT09 stuff at the minute, but I'll mix and match it as I do. Downsides, it's not that fast. It uses its tyres, especially the rear. It will destroy rear tyres. The V4R from Algarve the other day, that's even worse, but that looks like a quicker bike. So yeah, not that fast, destroys rear tyres, and it's quite fickle, as in you make a setup change and it has quite a big effect, so you just got to be careful. Just go one click at a time and see how you get on. But yeah, there we are. Panigale V4R. I'm working on that at the minute, so give me a couple of days and I'll get that one out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for letting me know how you're getting on and getting in touch with lap times and everything else. I love seeing them. Send me what lap time you've done on what bike. If you've used used a setup as a base, one of mine, and you've amended it, let me know what you've done and changed it and what track you did the time on, and I'll have a look. And if I think it's better, then I'll say it's better and you've done it, and I'll give you credit for it and everything else, and send people your way. But yeah, thank you for the interaction. I like it. It feels like we're building like a nice community around this now. It feels like people are getting in touch and sending me comments and everything else. So yeah, thank you for taking the time to watch, subscribe and comment. I absolutely appreciate it. So yeah, take care, fingers crossed on. We'll see you next time. Stay safe. Peace.